You know what? I ain't gonna play with y'all today. I kind of always wait a little bit. What's happening, y'all? Hey, guess what? It's another rendition of
You know
Mark's
what? I
top
ain't playing
ten.
with y'all today.
Top 10.
I
That's me
kind
a
of
little
always wait a
feedback in
little
the
bit. What's happening,
background. But
y'all?
look, check
Hey,
this out. We back. We back with another Wednesday. So I want to start off by saying last night was a great night. We had a great night last night. We had three good men on. We're gonna also bring that series back. If you didn't get a chance to watch it last night, it is on the timeline. It's on YouTube. You can definitely check it out. Um, so today, what we're gonna do, just like every Wednesday, we always do Mark's top 10. And so I have a couple of young ladies in the background. We're gonna, you know, go through some top 10, some things that I thought that was very important. Tonight's top 10 is basically what women desire or what women really desire for men. Even as a man, sometimes some of the things that we think about when we think, hey, what does a woman want? Some of the things we think that we want, guess what? I just found out a lot of things they really don't want. So, fellas, guess what? Get your pen, get your paper. We're gonna write this down. We're gonna go about some of the things that women do desire. Also, just to let you know, every Wednesday, again, everybody that's new, everybody's in the chat. Everybody's in the chat. Just hit a one. Just say what's up to your boy. The chat. I call those the king and the queen chat. Last night it was on fire. So tonight, let's go ahead and bring another fire rendition of Mark's top 10. Also, just want to make sure that this station is very interactive. It is a station or a platform for people to come on to actually talk about their thoughts. Mark's top 10 is basically some of my top 10, some things I think that are important. And sometimes if I'm off, I always like to bring in, the opposite sex to kind of, make sure that if I'm tripping or not. This particular one is definitely comes from a woman's perspective. I find it interesting as a man. I a lot of times what I try to do is I try to do the homework, right? Anything that I desire, what I try to do is just try to find ways in order to become a better man. That's very important right now at this particular stage. What's up, Keisha? Keisha saying, "Hey, what's up, Keisha?" Corey B. Well, we got Mark's top 10. You already know. You know how we do every Wednesday. Good evening, Miss Fulton. How you doing this evening? Okay, so look, check this out. Let me go ahead and bring the women in. Let me stop all the babbling and just bring the women in. I'm kind of babbling, waiting on everybody to come in, but guess what? We got enough to rock out with. So this particular person you've seen before, she's came on a few times. I wanted to bring her back because she has a lot of personality, and she could also say, "Hey, Mark, you tripping with that top 10 now. We ain't looking for this." So guess what? I had to bring some women in with some personality. So let's start off with Miss Skittles. Skittles, the nurse. What's happening, Miss Skittles?
Hey, what's up?
What's
What it
up? What's
is,
up?
Joe?
You
Hey,
know
down, down. He's up.
what? We ain't asking for
Hey,
that. What's up? What's up, Wendy Torres? Miss Wendy R. Torres in the
hey,
house.
Wendy.
What's
What's
up?
up,
That's one of your.
girl?
Hey, matter of fact, you
Hi,
and Wendy
Mark.
went in on Sunday with some young ladies, though, right? On
Yeah,
the show,
we
right?
got it in.
The war, yeah, the war on genders. Check that out too as well on Thursdays. Actually, tomorrow we'll actually be going in tomorrow, 8:30 same time. Okay, Skills, tell everybody your name. Those who are not familiar with you, what your name, where you from, and what it is that you do.
So, hi, everybody. Hey, Facebook world, YouTube world, wherever you in from. So, I am Skittles the nurse. And I do mobile IV hydration. I do nurse consultations. I sell a couple of products, some toothpaste. Make sure you keep that smile clean.
Hey, I
And
use that toothpaste too, y'all. Hey, look, check this out. What's the name of the
yeah,
toothpaste? I just be using this. Almost gone. Go ahead. Tell me.
okay, it's called Harmony Fresh
Harmony Fresh.
Smiles. Let me get the
Mm-hmm.
whole word. Harmony Fresh Smiles. And you can
Right.
go online. It's charcoal
Yep.
whitening. It's got tea tree oil, coconut oil. It's really, really good. And it has
Mm-hmm.
a great taste. And also the texture is really good. So I
Yeah,
like it.
actually, I use it. You know what I'm saying. I try to keep my teeth look clean, look there. You know what I'm saying. But but I do definitely use toothpaste. I do. Hey, look, check this out. Look her up. Look up on. Tell everybody your Instagram so they can go and
Oh
get some
yeah.
of that toothpaste.
Okay, so my IG is Skittles the Nurse, spelled the right way, Skittles with an S, the THE nurse. And I also have skittlesdenurseconsulting.com. And you can reach me
Mhm.
on all my platforms.
All right,
Thank you for
great, great,
having me
great.
again, Date Night Online.
No problem, no problem. Mr. Date Night, Mr. AK, Dr. Feel Good. That's FEEL
Oh,
good.
almost.
All
Oh,
right, so let's go ahead and bring
everyone.
the next person in. Now, she's kind of, look, check this out. This young lady right here, she's kind of shy, but at the same time, she really not, right? First time I met this young lady, just like anything, when you first walk into a room, her presence sometimes can be a little bit intimidating for men that aren't confident within themselves. I myself, being a confident man, was like, you know what? Let me talk to this sister. She might be a cool sister. And guess what? She turned out and she's on the show tonight, right? She go by the name of Duchess. What's going on, Miss Duchess? What's going on? I see you back there. She was like this. Oh, Lord, this thing right here. Go ahead. Go ahead. Tell everybody your name, where you from, and
Hello, Mark.
tell them
And
why
I'm
you acting like that. Tell them why you doing that. Go ahead and tell them.
First of all, thank you so much for the introduction. It was like
Right.
beyond what I could have imagined you to do.
Right.
Hey, Skittles, how are you?
Hey,
I
good.
don't go by Duchess. My name is Duchess, and I
Right.
am from California. I work in sports management. I work for an agency, OTA agency group. I'm a client service manager, so I take care of the uh, families, the athletes. I don't sell any products, but I am going to get some of that toothpaste you're talking about for
Yes.
sure.
Yeah. Get some of that
But any
toothpaste.
NIL
Skincare.
deals, that are official, yes, definitely let me know about that. I'm excited to be here because, like you said, I am that individual that's kind of laid back and chill, but yet you just have to get to know me. And I'm going to try my best to be honest about this. It's late for me, so I'm like ready to crash, but I'm not going to do that. I'm up for date night, so let's get
Right.
to it.
That's good. Yeah, we're going up for date night. So check this out. So I always ask this. Skittles, are you single, and how long have you been single?
So, yes, I am currently single. I have been married, I have been engaged, and now I am single like a Pringle, and we happy about it. But, just to do my work right now, I'm in my bag like that peppermint. So,
Right.
yeah.
What is your opinion on today's dating page, stage, or
Um,
whatever, pool, or whatever you
like a
want to call it?
cesspool of ugh.
Come on now.
But at the same time,
Right.
I am a hopeless romantic, and I do believe that it is still some good people out there. We just ain't crossed paths yet.
Right.
So,
Mm.
Right. Right.
yeah, I'm
Okay.
looking. I mean, looking but not looking. If it come,
Look at
yay. If not,
that.
hey.
Okay. All right. Now, also, Miss Duchess, tell everybody, are you single, and how long you been single?
I am single. I've
Mm-hmm.
been single for, and not by choice.
That
Right.
part.
But my forever partner, he just hasn't found me yet. So
Hey,
um, once he does, then
Mhm.
we off.
we all taking off. Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So, what is your opinion on today's dating pool? How do you view it in your own mind? How do you see that?
Tough. It's very
Mm,
tough because there are representatives that show up and you get to know that representative and you think that you all are both for the same thing, and then you find out that, wait, so you don't want to do this, and then they're like, yeah, no, I'm just dating. But it's after the fact that you've given your time, you've given your
mm-hmm,
energy. I consider myself a private person, so when I start letting open about my friends and my family and things like that, I think that that's unnecessary if we're not on the same path to what I want is my
mm-hmm.
forever partner or husband. So
Mhm.
I
Well,
just
guess
think that
what?
it
That's great. That's
what
good. No. I said, guess what? I mean, that's a good thing. I mean, even though like you say, both of you ladies, there's a little skepticism, but optimism.
yes,
Right.
believe me.
Right. Okay. That's
That
great. That's great. That's great. Because I always make sure when I bring people on, even before you even, a lot of people that even come on my platform, they may be about dating, but I don't allow anybody that's in a bad space. I like, go get you some help, right? Because
Right.
this particular platform is for help. What we do, we share experiences, right? So some people say, well, Mark, you coming up with a top 10, and you're trying to tell us what women desire for men. Somewhat. I'm a nosy guy. I like to investigate things that I feel that is important to me. I do the homework, right? So if I'm off, guess what? I'll just be off. But that's why I brought you ladies in, because if I'm off and say, "No, Mark, we don't desire that. You tripping," right? So I want to bring you, I want to bring you ladies in on this top 10. And guess what? This top 10 is not in any particular order. Let's start there. That's one. It is not my opinion. These are different articles I've read, some of the research I've done for my own self. And these are some ones that I found that were unique, and they're not in any particular order. Again, they're not in any particular order. Okay. So look,
Okay.
so check this out. So here we go. We're going to go ahead and just start with Mark's top 10. What women really desire from men. Right, right. So let me ask you a question. When you hear the word desire, that's such a strong word, right? That's such a strong word. What's your definition of desire, Skittles? When you hear that
I would
word,
say a yearning, like a hunger for something. If you desire it, you really want it.
okay, okay. What about you? What about you, Duchess? When you hear that word desire, what's your definition of the word desire? I like to define words from people.
Anticipation,
Mm.
desire is a lust.
Uh-huh.
I think desire is what you want,
Mm-hmm.
what you crave.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Words like that come to mind when I think of desire.
Okay, okay. Well, guess what? I'm a definition guy, so let's what. Let's do this. Boom. I'm gonna put up the definition of it. Okay, so I know y'all probably can't look at this, but kind of bear with me. Let me blow this up, because if you got eyes like me, you know what I'm saying. You'll be like, what is that, sir? So let me blow it up a little bit for you, right quick. Can y'all see that?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, a strong feeling of wanting to have something, or wishing for something to happen. A strong feeling, strongly wish for or want. That's the definition of what desire is, right? See, I like for everybody to be on the same page, and the reason why it's important because yes, we have our own definitions in life, right? But let's start off from the root because once you understand the root of something, then what happens is words are very powerful, right? They always say words. It's called spelling for a reason, right? It's the what you speak can bring life. That's why I say spelling for it. That's why grammar is important because the vibration and things you feel and things you say, you can manifest it. That's why it's important for you to understand that when you say certain things, even when you don't know what they are, the reason why you can't probably cross that threshold is because you're probably not understanding on how to use it and when to use it, if that makes sense. Because you can actually cause yourself to kind of go on a different path. I'm actually reading that because I saw Miss Wendy here. It says it's a raw place, the thing you dream about or haunted by. It never goes away, no matter what stage of life you're in. That's a
Mhm.
great. See, you
Yeah.
see, I just, you know what? I just stated, I just pulled it up, right? That's similar to what the definition is, but it's also a great definition too as well. That's the reason why I do that because you see what her own definition is. So at least we're all on the same page. We understand what that particular word means. So let's start from the beginning. So what I did, for a moment, I'm gonna touch the fellas right quick, right? I'm gonna touch the fellas with this. No Diddy, no Diddy. I'm gonna touch the fellas, but
No
you know what I
kidding.
mean. So I'm gonna pull this up. I'm gonna go ahead and say
Can't
here's that
stop, won't stop.
things that really don't matter to men, right? Things that don't matter. This is from to men, right? These are some of the things that men think that really matters to a woman, but upon my research, they really don't matter. For instance, it says putting them on a pedestal, over complimenting, right?
Mhm.
A lot of guys you particularly use words and compliments in order to kind of reel you in. Women like compliments, but too much of it is a turnoff for what I heard. What do you think
Yeah.
about it? Is that true, Skittles, in your
Heck
opinion?
yeah, because then you think they lying. Like you gassing me up for what? Like you
Right,
don't even know me to be saying a whole lot of that.
right.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that? As far as the pedestal part. I know you guys like to be uplifted by men, absolutely, but too much of it, putting on the pedestal, can be also a turnoff. What I've understood. How do you feel about that particular thing, Duchess?
I It goes both ways because
Okay,
compliments should I like to give compliments.
right.
You smell good, you look good. Oh, you did that. That was so smart. Like I like to give compliments. So receiving them, I don't have a problem with them, but I do agree with Skittles. When it's too much, it's kind of like, okay, that's enough. Like, and it depends on how long you've been dating. If it's like very new and
Hmm.
too much, it's too thick. You know what I mean? But as time and years go on, yes, I do. I would like them, and I don't consider it that I'm being put on the pedestal. I'm being recognized.
Right.
And what's
Right.
wrong with that? What's wrong with him saying something
Right.
nice to you?
Right. After a while, you get too many companies start looking at the person sideways. You know, let's be
Yeah,
honest,
in
right?
the
It's
beginning for
almost like
sure.
the love bombing thing. Like we discussed that last Wednesday.
Exactly.
Y'all pull that up. Look. Top 10 ways to let you know that you've been love bombed. Pull it up. It's on YouTube. It'll definitely give you a little bit more idea about over complimenting on how sometimes that can be deemed as being love bombed, and also you may be up to no good. So I definitely had to put that up there because guys think just saying a whole lot really means a lot. When in actuality, actions of course line up more than anything you can say. So let's go through the next one. Vanity, right? When you hear that, like, so basically, again, this bullet point is saying vanity. These are some of the things that men think that matters. So from a man's perspective, the vanity would be like hair, right? The grain of the beard, right? Putting now men are using hair weaves for receding hairlines, right? Y'all know that, right?
Mm,
Y'all see it all over
Oh,
social
glue
media.
on,
Huh? Yeah, the glue on thing
glue
where they
on,
do
and
this in the line and
got some
flipped it
waves.
back. Right.
They
Make
getting a quick weave
waves.
too.
They
What's
got
wrong
quick
with that?
weaves. Yeah. That's a form of like let's be honest. There are some men, receding hairlines or not, um, they get attention. I think at one point the ball head, and probably still, I don't know. Y'all tell me the ball head man is still in.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yes.
Right, right. Well, check this out. Let's check the comments out right here. Oh yeah, they're putting on fake beards too. Right.
That Beijing when it's off.
Oh, there it is. Beijing would be considered vanity. So men do it thinking that women want the full head of hair. You see what I'm
No.
saying? The beard and this, the gray. I've heard guys graying their beards too. Y'all ever heard?
Grace.
Y'all
On
ever seen that?
purpose?
Oh, purpose. Yeah, because women like the salt and pepper, right? That's what I heard.
Yes.
I don't know.
I mean,
Facts.
Facts, right, right. I'm too. Me, I just can't never. Me, I leave my. I never was a guy that like to color my beard in. It's because I'm getting old. I just let it go. I was like, you know what? Forget all that. You know what I'm saying? Because one day I might forget. One day I might go out on a date with a girl, be looking black. Next week she be like,
what had happened?
what happened? Right, right. Okay.
Now you've been
Fortune,
disappeared.
money to a degree. I put that in parentheses. Fortune. Men really think that money is what really, money matters, but also understand this is from your perspective, right? Because you just say you also work for an agency, right? Sports agency, correct?
Yes.
Right. Okay. So, as far as the attention that I know a lot of athletes and stuff like that, in that particular world, do you think that they are very skeptical of women and their money, of that? I mean, 'cause for some reason, men think that that's the only thing women want, as far as just the fortune part. What is your
Well,
experience
we
when it comes
don't
to that?
only want the money,
Right.
and the athletes that I work with are young athletes, so
Okay.
they're not at that point just yet. They're new
Mm.
to the money, and so for them, they're more so just buying jewelry, taking care of their mom or their dad, getting a car. They're not even ready. They're not even willing and ready to buy or purchase a home yet. So for money, I just think that it's like Eminem, like you just said, money matters. At the level that we are in our dating world, you got to have something because I like to go on vacations. He enjoys going on vacations. I want to take him to dinner. I need money for that. He wants to take me to dinner. He needs money for that. So you got to have some type of money, but it doesn't lead the way for most women. That's just not, we don't look at you because we can look at you and not know if you do have the money. How are we really going to know? Because you show up in the Rolls Royce, because you show up, you know what I mean, with a
Right.
fresh manicure. We don't know if you have it or not.
Yeah, and that list again is some of the things that for some reason Men do lead with money. They think it really matters. It really don't. It really don't matter. Yes, women like to be taken care of, secured, but also security goes beyond the money too as well, right? It's a mental and spiritual security they like to feel too as well, right?
Because you can have the money and then you don't have anything else that we need. Is the money going to keep you there?
Right, right.
Mm.
What's your thoughts on the money part? When you like, do you feel that men, Skittles? Do you feel that there's a population of men that think that, oh, because I'm straight, what I'm saying, I should be able to get any type of woman. That's the mentality. Like, have you ever ran across that before, or do you see that in your actual industry?
Yeah, I've come across quite a few people who think like, oh, I got this money. Look at my car. Look at my house. Look at my jewelry. Look at my clothes. But then you broke mentally, or you're not sharing it with me. So I don't care about your money.
Right,
But
And
then
right,
too, it
let
takes
me
off the pressure. Like, you gotta have something. How we gonna get to know each other? I don't want to come and look at your house. I can look at my own house. But do something. You need something. We live in a
right,
world where money is needed like every
right,
day, all day. So why wouldn't you not? And then I think if people the money is the problem, then they might need to be by themselves to figure out, let that money help you out.
right. Go
Yes,
ahead,
and let me
Duchess.
ask something real
Go
quick.
ahead.
We've all dated. There's levels to this. You know what I mean? So I've dated and feel like I've dated the millionaire. I've dated that wealthy man. I've dated that man that works and earns his money, but he still has a nice 401k. I haven't gotten to the pension dating men, but then I also, I've dated that street guy that has the money and he invests his money in car washes and things like that. And then at the end of the day, like Skittles is saying, we really don't know. We're not living in your house. So
Right,
we really want you to have something, but that's not what really moves us. That's not the
right,
motivation to it all.
Mhm.
So
right,
it's
and
not gonna
so
make me say I do.
and
But
so
have some.
it's right.
Have some.
Have some right. So this first list is basically what men think that matters. It really done or they desire physique, right?
That's important.
Yeah, it's important, but you don't want it to be the only thing that matters. Where you're in, like, okay, so when I read one of the articles, it said that physique, a lot of men stay in the gym so much and do this and do this and do this. For a lot of times they do a lot for women. I'm sure they do it for themselves as well. But a lot of times you take away from the relationship by all like that. Like they use the gym for an example, right? You constantly working out, like your partner, a particular person you're dating, you spending so much time taking care of yourself that you're not even concerned about it because you think that matters to staying in shape. I know that there's a lot of guys that aren't in shape that have the most beautiful women that I've seen, and they have not probably been in the gym since the third grade, right? Since they've been in gym. You know what I mean? So I'm not knocking it, but what I'm saying is some guys go to the gym just for women rather than
Oh,
health. It happens,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Right, because the gym is the new lounge, right? Okay, who
uh-oh.
goes?
I need to
Okay,
go to the
do any
gym.
one of you ladies own go to a gym,
A
like a
membership.
gym or membership, right?
Not
Have a
anymore.
membership. Don't go to them because of when you walk in there the way you feel. Like, so I just don't do it. I do mine private.
Oh, okay. What about you, Skittle? You said not anymore. Why you don't go to the
I
gym
used to
anymore?
go to like a gym and we had classes. So it
Right.
was kind of, you could only do 12. But on the other side, where like lifting weights, yeah, I get what you're saying. That sometimes that energy in there, it's like I'm trying to work out and somebody else is over there gawking and you messing up my workout. So
Yeah.
I kind of do my
Yeah.
own thing and I like to be outside.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, keep yourself up, fellas. We're not saying that, but that don't women they care if you're in shape, and it may matter. But guess what? At the end of the bigger scheme of things, that's not the motivational factor that they're looking for. At some point, that wears off because the more and more they see you, the more and more it's like, okay, now what is that you're bringing to the table besides your body?
I
That
will
Yeah, I
say
like
happens,
that.
I like a healthy man
right?
and a little fupa on a man. That shows he can eat good, and I like to cook.
Mhm.
So, but I like to dine
Mhm.
out too. But I just feel like it. for me, my personal, I don't like too much of it. It's just too much. And that's where it goes back to the vanity. You know what I mean? For
Right.
me. And so I mean, I get dressed in the morning, I look in the mirror, I'm out all day. And when I'm done, I don't stop and, oh, let me do this, let me do. I'm not that person. So I don't want my man to be like that
In the
as well.
mirror and everything. Yeah.
Just constantly in the mirror, and definitely not the Beijing.
Yeah, back to the Beijing again. Y'all on that Beijing, man. Y'all we're gonna
The
live it
barbers are
alone.
wrong. The barbers are wrong.
Right. Then we be like, what being up what you think, bro? It's tight, ain't it, bro? You be like, yeah, man, I'm finna kill you all night. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's when everybody needs to get in the swimming pool.
Right. Get in the swimming
Right.
pool. Had a pool look like a cup of tea.
Hot chocolate.
A tea in the
They
pool.
eat
Okay,
that
so here's the big
tea.
one. Size of a manhood. Penis size. Now look, I understand, lady. Size matters, right? But I also heard, y'all correct me if I'm wrong, because I don't do penis talk, right?
Hmm.
So there's it because I've heard this. Tell me if I'm right or wrong. It's not the size of what you can do with. Is that I don't even want to talk about the P part.
You
Go
go
ahead. What y'all
first,
talk about the
Skittles.
penis? Y'all had the penis talk. Go ahead. You a nurse.
So,
Skittles.
look, if it's too big and you don't know what you're doing, that can hurt. If it's too small and you don't know what you're doing, you won't feel shit. So I'm just saying,
Yeah. Men,
what
men,
Um,
can you do with it? And
men really think that
if
matters.
that ain't the
Yes.
part, if you
it
ain't down
matters.
there, then what you got with your mouth?
Right.
It,
Right.
Go
Right.
get a toy.
Look, and I want you to touch on that too. But look, check this out. Everything has to work. You're
There you
right.
go.
Right. Again, I don't have penis talk.
Definitely.
Does you want to touch that? Well, men think that hey,
I will
size of my
touch it.
penis matters to a woman. And look, before you say this, let me tell you where I'm going with this one. They think size matter because guess what? That's where the inboxes come in with the pictures, right?
Uh-huh.
Hey man, I got this thing. I'm gonna go ahead and show her this thing. I'm gonna put that thing out there. She gonna like me then. I'm sure y'all done got a penis picture in the inbox at some point, or even somebody that was out of order. So tell men out there, Duchess, how much of the turnoff that is. A man that shows his penis.
Please do not send those type of pics. They call them. It rhymes with pic. Don't send those. That
That's a
we
good
don't need to
one.
know that. For me, size is important, and circumcision is important for me.
Ah!
Um, I it doesn't have to be,
She
but
fro.
maybe like,
No,
like
go
it
ahead, go
doesn't have.
ahead.
Average, like average, right?
I don't do anything average, so not
Or like,
average.
but what is average?
Watch this,
That's what
y'all.
I. 'Cause
Y'all keep
somebody,
talking, ladies.
okay,
Watch this.
look,
Go ahead.
I
talking about.
no Skittles, Skittles.
Go
Seriously,
ahead.
seriously. I have to be able to feel it. I want to be able to. I'm a
Yeah,
toucher, so I like to touch. So I need to be able to like stroke,
exactly.
and I don't
Hand,
want
hold it
to.
at least, right? At least
Right,
it got to
right.
at
So I
least
want to be
past
able to
the
do that.
fingers, right?
Right. And it needs to look good to me. You know,
Oh
that's
yeah, got
important.
to
I
be
need it to
pretty.
look good.
Look at me getting.
Uh, that's an attraction. So
All right, so I'm gonna put your ass down there. I'm finna come back on goddamn camera. I'll let y'all have y'all dick pic conversation. Right. I can say dick pic, goddamn it.
Well,
but
okay,
but
I
yeah,
just want to
fellas.
bring in a little right. So remember when the whole Nelly thing came out and they were saying, "Oh, look,
I don't
okay,
know.
get back off then."
No, you
That's just
talk. Hey, this y'all platform. I'm just moderating.
so
Go
they
ahead.
were saying he had a little penis. I mean, what I seen in the video looked okay to me.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
wasn't that
that was
okay? So
doable.
when I say average, or
That was an
I don't know
average.
what
I
you
see what
call
you're
it.
saying. Yeah,
I've
and
seen
that
a
was
lot of
doable.
penises being a nurse. Okay,
All right.
Right.
so I
Okay,
mean,
this is not penis night. We'll y'all
Yeah,
get y'all
let's
own show.
skip
Y'all
it.
have penis talk. All right.
spin off.
So I just wanted to bring the thing. These are some of the things right here that just kind of recap. These are some of the things that men think that matters to women. Some of that stuff, yes, size do matter, but guess what? It doesn't matter enough for you to throw your dick out on whatever you're doing. Because That I don't understand that.
Turn off.
But
Stop spending.
putting them on the pedestal over compliment vanity, meaning that doing certain things to your body, such as gray beard and receding hairlines, men BBLs. You know, there are men's getting like BBLs too, right? You know, men getting all
I take
kinds of
those
things too,
clients too.
right? Where they start doing like abs, stuff like that. All kinds of things. Like men are getting BBLs too. Fortune, they think money matters, but only to a certain degree. The physique, where you just are always thinking about yourself and always in the gym, and also we've had that conversation. But guess what? Let's go ahead and move to the reason some. Well, okay, let's do this. Let's go ahead and start from this. What women really desire from men. Mark's top
Yes.
10. Again, there's no particular order, but the number one thing I came up with is not number one, but it is on the list. And when there's no particular order, it is integrity. Women desire a man with integrity, right? How important is integrity to you, Duchess?
I mean, that's very important. I feel a lot of times those are the smaller things that people don't think about when they are asking, like what they are looking for in a man. I feel like that's one of the things that they'll be like, yeah, I can pass with that, but you really don't because it's quality. It's something that's important and I don't know, it's like having principles like morals, respect. So
Hmm.
those type of things are for me, you learn that at a young age through your parents, and
Mm-hmm.
you take that on with you throughout your journey in life, throughout whatever you go to college, military, whatever, trade. So I think that in dealing with people, so yeah, integrity for me is very important. You got to have morals, scruples, respect, all that falls in together for me. So that's
All right.
important.
All right. So, what about you? Your thoughts on integrity? How important is that? I'm sure you desire a man with integrity, correct? And
Oh,
Skittles. I'm sorry.
absolutely. Yeah, yeah, for
Okay.
sure. Just to
Okay.
stand on what they say. If you have
Right.
integrity, that means you'll hold true your morals, beliefs when nobody's watching. You're still going to do the right
Mm.
thing. Um,
Right.
and then it helps with trust.
Right.
So,
Absolutely. So check
you.
this out. I'm an information guy, so I'm gonna share this information right with y'all right quick. Like this is part of the list right here. All right, and I got this off of brides.com. That's the one I got it from. If you ever want to get a chance, trust me, there is one. Integrity. Having integrity means acting virtuously and having a strong moral character. Women desire a man who is honorable, fair, and ethical. In terms of relationships, having integrity can help strengthen the bond a man has with the woman, and his moral principles will guide his behavior and help him to be the best partner that he can be.
Mhm.
Bonus points when the integrity extends beyond the relationship, and a man can treat others with fairness and kindness. Integrity, very important, right?
Like it.
So on the list, integrity is definitely some of the things that women desire. Okay, all right. Number two, boom, confidence. Confidence, not arrogant, fellas, but confidence, right? Women desire a man with confidence, right? Have any one of you ladies ever dated a man that you felt like just date or met a person, didn't even go out on a second date, that you felt like he wasn't confident?
Oh,
Duchess,
yeah.
especially Duchess. This is a great start for you. Have you ever experienced a man that's not confident?
No, I
Okay.
haven't.
What about you, Skittles?
I have, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
They act overly confident, but then you see the holes like Swiss cheese. It's kind of like, oh, you said you were um confident with like going in public with me
Mm-hmm.
or going to an event that I know I'm gonna be on stage, as far as having to entertain people or talk to other people, maybe in a healthcare setting,
Mm-hmm.
and then they just revert back in a corner like, hold on, what happened? You can't just
Mm-hmm.
talk to people. So that, they'll false flag like, oh, I got this. And especially if they meet you out in a crowd where they see you working, or not necessarily
Mm-hmm.
working, but see your character, and then they
Mm-hmm.
want to get with you and try to do this whole facade, and then it comes back like, hmm.
Yeah. And confidence goes also in the category of if you are out, right? excuse me, or you're at home. Let's say, for instance, you out with your ladies, right? There has to be a sense of confidence for a man to allow your woman to wear certain things, right? That she's not going to fall a victim to anyone that's making a pass on her, right? So if a man has confidence, he allows his woman to be in those moments where she can wear what she want to wear, right? Because here's the thing, and fellas, let me explain something to you. When you're dating or when you're in a relationship, your woman will know what you want before you even ask, right? She'll think about putting them tight pants on, right, before she walk out the door. She probably pull them up halfway and be like, you know what, Mark ain't gonna like this. Let me put these up. Let me put these up right here, right? But your confidence also has to show, because confidence, one, it breeds success. It breeds success whenever you're trying to do anything. You have very confidence, and whenever you show that particular confidence, it's a sense of security to the woman, right? She feels that he has confidence enough to knock this, make sure that this is being taken care of, and guess what? It makes her feel secure. I think, right? Am I knocking
You're
on
right.
something? Okay, all
You're
right,
right.
right. So
Absolutely.
these are some of the things that men desire. Confidence being one. Okay. Number two, compassion. A man that's compassionate, not sensitive, too sensitive, but compassion. So, Duchess, tell me about what does that mean when a compassionate man?
See, and I've gotten those two confused before, and I've said sensitive, and men don't like that because they don't want to be viewed as sensitive.
Mm-hmm.
So compassionate to me is when they truly believe in something.
Mm-hmm.
They go out of their way to show emotion in a sense that it doesn't make them feel as like it doesn't make them feel as they're less or not as strong or don't exude strength. I like a man that exudes power, but a compassionate man
Mm-hmm.
is one that I feel like he's in tune with himself because he's able to show that side of him. That's important to me. If something bothers him, I don't need him to always be firm and stern
Mm-hmm.
constantly. If it bothers him, I need him to be like, you know what, babe, I'm really not comfortable with that. Like that bothered
Mm-hmm.
me. Like I need him to express himself. And so I like a man that's compassionate about something.
All right. What about you, Skittles? When it comes to a man that shows that trait.
I would appreciate a man that has some compassion because he could kind of it might maybe fall along the line of like empathy. You'll understand
Right.
Mm,
what somebody else can go through, and you'll put yourself in
Mm-hmm.
that situation. You wouldn't want to hurt a
mhm,
person um, with an action that you know wouldn't fall in line with what you want. So I like some compassion. Yeah, and
Compassion.
I wonder though, would that be like along the lines of emotional intelligence, compassion?
Mm,
I'm not sure. Or like she
mm.
said, is it sensitivity?
mhm.
Where do you draw the line between those two?
Okay. So look, check it. Yeah. Okay. Well, let me say this. Like in a lot of time, well, for me, I'm gonna speak for me. Right. I'm gonna be honest with you. I've worked on two things as a man. Compassion is one, and empathy is another. Right. And I've discovered the reason why I haven't been probably the most compassionate man through my dating or relationships, or sometimes even being married, not being the most compassionate man, because our sometimes our life experiences, right? Our life experiences don't allow us to be that way because we were told as young men, get up and dust yourself off. You see what I'm saying? You're not supposed to be crying. You're not supposed to feel any kind of way about this, right? And that's a trained behavior that we've actually, the negative side of actually having. Um, there's good and bad and everything, but sometimes the manhood thing is imputed in us at such a young age. When we get older, our compassion level isn't as high as it should be. You see what I'm saying? So I can definitely say from my own personal experience, that has definitely been something that I've been working on to be a little bit more compassionate, and I've identified that because I understand that that's something that a woman desires. which is a man that is compassionate, right?
Yes, you
So
gotta care about others.
I
Yes.
know, man, I'm so busted bad people, but look, I'm gonna read this right here. A man who is compassionate and empathetic, I just said that,
Okay, go
is
ahead.
one step ahead when it comes to attracting women. That when women want a man that can open up to, whether it's about a bad day at the office or in regard to the deepest hopes and fears. His empathy means that you're able to understand another person's point of view and can sympathize with what they are going through. I need my glasses, y'all. I'm sorry. Women are highly interested in a man who has the ability to desire to show care and concern for others too, right? Which goes back to what I just said. The one empathy and compassion is all in the same boat, right? That's something I'm working on as a man. You know why? Because I know that's something that women desire. So I want to make sure I get better in that particular area as far as the compassion area. All right. So
Kudos to you. Kudos to you.
yeah, because you know why? Because I show a sense of maturity. Ha ha! I forgot that was next, but it kind of like flew, to identify who
All
you are, you
right.
have to be very mature, right?
Woo,
So women
woo.
desire a man that has a sense of maturity, right? Without saying a whole lot, I remember I had a conversation or a quick powwow with someone. I'll just say on this platform, and they were just like, "This certain person act like they play too much, right?" And it kind of turns a woman down, right? A guy that plays too much. It seems like he's not mature, right? But have you ever dated a man that was immature, Skittles? Have you had like an immature man and later on you feel
Yeah,
like, man, this dude
yeah,
right here
that
ain't.
too. They play too much like my brother. It make me think of my brother. I can't even get serious with a person like that. If it's too much, like
Right,
just like come
right,
on,
right,
how
right.
grown are we?
Hey, so, Miss Duchess, how an immature man? How does that make you feel? Because I don't even think you even knew what the situation was, but I can tell it made you feel a certain kind of way in those situations before. Like what is your thing about an immature man?
It makes you feel like you have to correct them and you have to tell them what to do. And I don't want to have to do that. It's like if I'm coming at you, and every day doesn't have to be serious, but Skittles, sometimes we talking, you have a, a, a man that is, everything is a joke. Like everything that he says, he turns it into a joke. It almost makes you feel like when you were growing up and then that person that was maybe a little bit overweight, they always led with a joke so that the attention would get off them. So you
Mhm.
wonder if that's some type of insecurity that they have. And that's why they're constantly like,
Oh,
yeah,
they got to get the first
I'm not
blow.
attracted to that. I enjoy laughter,
Mm-hmm.
but there's a time for everything because
Right.
you can take that moment where I'm feeling like, ooh, yeah. And then you just cracking a joke. And now I'm like, oh my God, I'm dry.
All right. Here comes the Sahara.
The facts.
Right,
So
right, right,
yeah, I need him to be an adult when necessary, which is
There
right,
you go.
often.
Often.
right. Often, right, right. And see, you
Right.
know what? You know what? I'm gonna wait till I do this one. I'm gonna tell y'all something what I've discovered too while I did this list. All right. So
Okay.
maturity is one of the things that women definitely desire. So a mature man. And look, I am listen. I am probably the goofiest, silliest dude at times, right? Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, right?
Really?
Man, I can be goofy. You know what I'm saying? But I've learned, like, through my trials and tribulations of dating early on, sometimes I probably have been showed signs of, a man that's not the most mature in moments when I should be. That's only because I didn't have enough empathy or I didn't have enough
Mm.
compassion,
Passion.
right?
Hmm.
Because when you have that compassion, then you realize what a joke is not. It's not a joke. It's not that time, right?
Mm-mm.
And that's something I had to because listen, I look at life as an amusement park, y'all. I'm gonna be honest with you, right? Most people look at the world as being like this dark place. Yes, I can identify and know that the world is such a place where there's a lot of things that happen that we really don't like. Turn your news, you'll see what I'm talking about, right? So for me, What I do, I think, is a defense mechanism for me at some point to look at it as like an amusement park where I take light of a lot of things, right? So, but that has to be in balance. I had to learn balance. I'm working on it. I think I'm a lot much more mature than I have been the last 10 years, maybe. So I understand that, a mature man is definitely something that women desire, and it's definitely a turn on, but also mean a turn off switch too as well. So you got to be careful with when it's time to be mature. Show that sign, because it actually goes a long way. For
Yes.
emotional availability, women desire a man with emotional availability. What is that? What does that? What does that say to you, Skittles, when you hear that? Like emotional availability.
That means when I'm telling a story, you're listening, like the details. If, you know, what if it's a tough day and I really just need to be able to tell my man, like, yo, and even if I want to cry, you can't be playing when I'm like
Mm-hmm.
shedding all my tears. Um, and
Mm-hmm.
also know that I can come to you to say that to
Mm-hmm.
the mate, that I feel like they would be open and not drag me even worse if that's how I'm already feeling. If I'm feeling down, I feel like being emotionally available, you're gonna be empathetic to my emotions and be
Right.
tender with them.
Right. Right. How to the fellas out there, Duchess? How important emotional availability is to you?
Fellas, emotional availability is important. It shows me vulnerability,
Mm,
kind of. I think it shows me a little vulnerability. It shows me a little honesty that you are secure with yourself to show a different side of you. I'm going to look at you as man for sure, but
mm-hmm.
to have that other side is sexy to me.
Mm-hmm.
And I I like it. I would want him to know that he can be that person with me, because that's when we are in that honesty phase, that
Mm-hmm.
we're expressing ourselves to each other. So that's really
Right.
important to me,
Right.
fellas.
Right. 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 So I'm gonna say this. Just for me, as being the lone man on this particular platform, emotional availability, I understand that's very important. Now, Skittles, I'm gonna go ahead and call you out because we did have this conversation. I saw that shot you gave me earlier talking about the details. Me and Skittles the other day had a conversation about relaying messages and details. Right? Yes, we understand as women, you ladies want to be detailed, right? I get it, right? But let's find a happy medium with with the details of when certain things you want to describe. Yes, we know that the your supervisor has been riding your ass. It's been a long day. Traffic was bad. All those things. Yes, in those cases, I think that's important. But I'm telling you, the more details, the more you lose us a little bit, right? So it's kind of fine. It has to be a balance in everything. I know you ladies want to just
What's the
throw
fine
your
line?
hearts.
Don't give like colors. Okay. Don't
Right,
like I'm trying to
right. Okay, okay, I'm like this. Okay, I had a bad day today. When I walked into the office, I walked by the snack machine, and then when I went to the snack machine, I saw my homegirl. She was telling me about her homegirl last night, and then my boss came in, and then what he did was he put all this work on my desk. But you know what though? I seen a dog on the way to work, right? And
Oh
when
my
that
God.
happened to the
That
dog, I
is
ran over the dog, right? Stuff like that. Like, let's stay on the course of getting there, right? All the other things around that, yeah, they're not too important to us. But remember, problem solution. The
she
solution
likes
is
snacks.
ah
right. I
damn.
need the
But they ain't had
details.
nothing to do with her
Sometimes,
having a bad day at work.
but
but you know,
sometimes the details make it that more juicy. I think it's because I'm a detailed person. As a nurse, we gotta have details. Like you need down to the point. So I think
right,
it's a part of that. And
right.
then when somebody's telling me a story, I'm like, wait, hold on. Because I'm imagining the picture, right? I
Mm-hmm.
want to see the colors. I want to see what the desk looked like. What was on that desk? Oh my God.
No,
I'm just like
no,
that.
that's too
So
much. That's too
a
much.
little
That's too
ADD.
much.
I'm
A
a little
little
ADHD.
ADD.
I
Hey,
got a lot
look,
of personalities. Oh, did I give my disclaimer? Start
what's that?
picking
What's your
up.
disclaimer?
Yeah.
What's your disclaimer?
Oh, that I'm tripolar. Maybe a little
Right.
more than
Oh my
tri.
God.
Yeah.
Right. Sometimes look, I got to switch with. I have a switch with Skittles, y'all. When she started going into those different personalities of tripolar, guess what I do? In my mind, I go, it's like a light switch.
See,
Click.
ain't
I turn
even
it off
listen.
for a minute, right? And then I flip it back on when I'm ready to hear it, right? Because she'll take you all over the place.
She ain't
She'll take
listening.
you. So check this out, y'all. I like to acknowledge everybody that's in the chat. So I'm gonna read a couple of these. Then we're gonna move on to the last five, right? So look. So what do you ladies think about this? Either that, or you've been played on multiple occasions once you show vulnerability or compassion. You know that's one of the biggest things that men feel when you have like being vulnerable and compassion. They feel that, and a lot of times women play on that.
Mm,
That's
Wait.
how we. That's
So
how some
women
men
play on
feel.
the vulnerability
Or
or
the compassion part, they play on it. You've been played, or as it says here, this is an experience. Eric, actually, it's my cousin Eric. What's up, Eric? He's in Honduras. Either that, or you've been played on multiple occasions once you show vulnerability or compassion. That sometimes that some women do play on a man being compassionate. They may say he's weak. Go ahead, Duchess.
and that's why I said like that's where the trust and the where you are in the relationship, because
right.
if you trust me, give it all to me. Let me give it to me. And I'm not going to judge you for that. You know what I mean? I'm going
Mm-hmm.
to appreciate that, because that's another barrier that I've taken off of that man. You know what I mean? That's just something else that I think, Mark, you had mentioned something about the way you chisel or something like that in one of your what I think it was I don't know if it wasn't this last one, but before. It's just the way that you kind of like chisel off certain things. You have to be able to build that trust. So I'm gonna need that, and you got to trust that I'm not going to take advantage of that and throw it back on you and use it against you. I'm going to
Mm-hmm.
appreciate it. We're going to build from it, and then that just that's another layer that he doesn't have to. I'm man. Hear me roar.
Mhm.
He doesn't have to do all
Right.
Right.
that, because he's with me now. It's a
Right.
safe place.
Right. And see, that's why I'm glad that comment showed because, and thing about it is this particular platform, a lot of platforms are women dominated, right? And then honestly, especially this is for the fellas, there are a lot of guys that say things either right, wrong, or indifferent. You have to get to a point as a man to express yourself in a manner so that you can be heard. But I hear a lot of guys comments and videos and all sorts of stuff. And when you have certain platforms, you come on and just really tell your own truth as men. A lot of men shy away from that. You know what I'm saying? Because again, they may be seen as complaining. That's why sometimes, if you ever wonder why men aren't really saying a whole lot, like singles events and stuff like that, because they're afraid to open up because of things like that. Right,
Oh,
right, wrong, or indifferent. Right, that's how they feel. Some men feel.
Oh,
Right. All right. So I'm glad this is a great comment following up on that. Compassion allows us women to feel safe, being more vulnerable.
told you.
Okay.
that's right,
Yeah.
Keisha.
Yeah. Okay. Hold on. This right here. I may be getting less empathetic over time, and I don't see it getting better. I might need to get a puppy or something. You know what did this?
Behavior goes, yep, get a dog.
Okay. Look, okay.
What
So
kind of
look, this
puppy?
this is right here. I got to pull this one out right here, y'all. Yes, listen to me. Respond to what I'm talking about. Ask me how I'm doing as care what I say back. Create a safe space place for me to be able to talk about anything and then validate, acknowledge, then I do share. Okay. All right. So that's a great comment right there.
Yeah,
Very
that's
great
like
comment,
listening to the
Keisha.
details.
Listen to the details. All right, right. So look, so check this out. This is what I'm gonna do real quick. And I'm gonna show you something real quick. This is what I've come up with. But I have to start over for those who were late to church, right? So guess what? You know how sometimes when some people come into church after the offering, right?
They me.
So guess what? I got to recap for those who are late to the church of date night. All right. So basically, what we're doing, just kind of quick recap: Mark's top 10, what women really desire from men, right? These are some of the things that men think that matters, but it really don't matter to women. We just discussed this. Putting them on a pedestal, over complimenting. Complimenting can sometimes seem to be similar to love bombing. Men think that words and telling women all this really matters. They like action, fellas. Vanity, fortune, which is money, physique, and the manhood conversation. Those who missed the manhood conversation, guess what? Go back and pull it up because we ain't talking about that one again. So number one of the things that women desire from a man is a man with integrity. Number two, a woman desires a man with confidence. Number three, a woman desires a man with compassion. Number four, maturity. Maturity is very important. They desire a man that has a mature trait within them, knowing how to turn that good time switch off and learning how to turn it on when it's time to have a good time, right? Emotional availability. We got to be emotional available for these particular men. Now, so far, since we halfway through, I definitely want to mention this right here. From what I've gathered, ladies, these are certain things that are outside of the money. This is what women mean by security, right? Men a lot of times think money, right? Money and status, right? What's going to make a woman feel secure? Oh, I'm making X amount of dollars. Guess what? These things make women secure, right? This is a path to security, right? Yes, the money matters, but these first five, you put it there with that money and those vacations. Guess what?
Where that guy at?
You rolling. Go ahead,
Skittles.
This is for the men. But right now we're in the training for the men. I want to make sure this list so I can distribute to the men, right? The ebook coming soon. But I can distribute this to the men, right? And then the men can actually, use this as a way to solidify them a wife. Happy, you know the rest. I ain't gonna say the rest because I still feel so kind of about happy life, happy wife. But we're gonna talk about that another time. All right. Number 6, a sense of humor. Ha ha. That's me right there. That's it. That's the one. What y'all think about a man that makes you smile, Skittles? What about that?
Oh, that's definitely needed. Laughter. You got to have some laughter. Keep it jovial. It'll help your heart. It'll keep your intestines and all that on the inside good. So you got to laugh. Release some tensions and traumas. Have a sense of humor because I want to play too. I might play on April Fools or the half year April Fools. Like, we're going to have some fun. So a sense of humor is definitely needed. Right. And then to be able to take it too. Right. Yeah.
No Diddy take it. Yeah, no Diddy. Yep. But look, Duchess. Now, Duchess is probably the most. Y'all see that big old smile Duchess got on her face? Hey, that's right. Because you also desire a man with a sense of humor, right?
I do.
Right, because she likes to smile, right? Right. It just makes the whole world so much brighter. What do you think about that as far as a man with a sense of humor? How does that? Now that's how you get the faucet back dripping again. Remember, we tapped the thing that turns the faucet off, right? That gets the faucet back dripping. But tell us how important a man with a sense of humor is for you.
I'd rather laugh than cry, and I'd rather you bring me the sense of humor than the sadness. But I mean, I don't want to be sleeping with Mike Epps. I mean, bring a little Deion Cole. Bring a little Deion Cole home sometime, and keep me laughing because it keeps you youthful. It keeps you exciting. It keeps things real level. But there's a time and place. But right. I need that. If something's funny, I don't need him to be like, that was funny.
Right. You so look, check this out. Go ahead. Finish off. I'm sorry, it was a quick delay. Go ahead.
Fellas, I need some humor. I do. I like a little laughter.
Right.
Might laugh at people too.
Right. I
love people watching. People watching. We on vacation.
All day. I love that people watch.
Y'all do. Yes. Hey, you know what?
Sit on a bench with a drink.
Hey,
I used to go to Atlantic Station all the time and people watch.
Let's meet up there. Let's meet up there, Skittles, and
yay. Okay.
People watch.
Oh man, a sense of humor will get you through some tough stuff. Absolutely.
That's true.
Sometimes when you want to cry, you can find a way to laugh at it.
I'm telling you, find
Right.
some humor in it
You be
at the
like,
end of the day.
yeah, you be like, baby,
Cry
that's fucked
into
up on it.
laughter.
Baby, that's fucked up on it, baby. God damn, you see that shit? That was fucked up, baby. Let's go and get us something to drink or something like that, right?
Right.
So
Right.
look, I
And what
want,
people say all the time, we'll be laughing about this in years. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We'll look back and
right.
laugh on it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So check this out. I like this part. I like this because Duchess hit it. You don't need to be a stand-up comedian or a comedy writer to capture a woman's attention, but having the ability to goof off, joke around, and have a sense of humor is highly appealing. When two people are laughing at the same thing, they are basically saying, "I share your perspective, your values, and I certainly share
Ooh.
with you think is amusing. What you think is amusing," says Jeffrey Hall, PhD. Shout out Jeffrey Hall, associate professor of communication studies at the University of Kansas. Hall's study into the relationship between humor and romance found that the more times a man tried to be funny, and in turn, the more times a woman laughed at his jokes, the more likely she has to be romantically interested. It's simple science that a man who exudes a happily, lighthearted, and positive energy into the world would make a woman want to be around him. It's a
Ooh.
cold world out there, y'all. Let me tell you
Ooh.
something, fellas. I'm gonna say this. I want definitely before I move on to the next one. Understand this, right? Most women work 9 to 5s, right, or 9 to 9s,
Or
right?
7 to 7:30.
7 7:30. Skittles is a nurse, okay,
Yeah.
right, and there's a lot that goes on with her job, right? That sense of humor is so important. Once she goes through her tripod, uh, what do you call it? The tripod, different
Oh
personalities she
yeah.
has, whatever she
Tripolar.
is.
All the
Right.
personalities.
Let her get it out, and then
Let
at
me get
some
it out.
point, right, at some point after she kind of calms down and she's ready, throw something in there to make her smile. Like
Right.
you go out
Oh,
to the actual lounge or wherever you go to, wherever you at, you Publix or wherever, and that woman walks in there. She just got out for work. She got to hurry up and get these kids food before they start tripping and all these other things. And you see her, guess what? Smile. Speak to her. Throw a little joke,
yes.
especially if she's inviting, because that's a great icebreaker. That's a great
Yes.
icebreaker, right? A man with a sense of humor is a great
Absolutely.
icebreaker. Laughter is good for the soul, and life is already hard on its own. That's not. I just saw that. We gotta have fun. Banter with your partner can be a turn on as well. Okay, right,
Yes. Keeping the
right.
calm.
A
Absolutely.
sense of humor. Okay, sense of humor. That's one of the things that women desire. They don't want to stick in the mud ass niggas. Excuse my language, but they don't want to stick in the mud ass nigga. Okay. Number three, respect.
RESPCT. Okay,
Tell me
sorry.
what you mean,
Right,
tell me.
right,
That part.
right, 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 right. Okay, so this is a good one for you. That's because you exposed yourself earlier, so I gotta jump on it. Right. Okay,
Right.
you said you've dated. I've heard one time you said you've dated an athlete, correct? Or you married an athlete, correct? A professional athlete, right? At one point.
That is correct.
Okay, so um, one of the things I hear with women that, excuse me, that when one of the things I heard that women say, I don't know it to be true because I love women. I don't know about what dudes do. They say that when men have certain status, they're not really respected by the man, right? Their thoughts and ideas aren't respected because they run the kingdom, right? How did you ever feel at any point, not in just that situation, dating a certain type of guy that is of high status, that have you ever felt like you've been like disrespected in a sense of who you were and how you complimented him? Have you ever felt that in those type of relationships, such as lack of respect?
Absolutely, Mark. Absolutely. I call it the Tiger Woods syndrome, where they feel like because they have all this money, they
Mm-hmm.
can do whatever they want to do and
Mhm.
there's no repercussion to it.
Mm.
And you could see that Tiger Woods had definitely had a repercussion to it. And there is a repercussion. It starts at your home because the way that you all will now interact, you're not going to have that same blissful, happy kingdom anymore because
Mhm.
once you disrespect a woman, it's not, I mean, it's not just a red flag. It's a magenta, a purple, a black. You know what I mean?
Color the
It's
rainbow.
Right.
yes. And we lose respect for you. And the way that I would lash out, because I can't speak for every woman, but I know that there is a time where I can't give my all to you anymore because you took that for granted.
Mhm.
So now you're going to deal with one of the tripolars. Am I right?
Right.
That's
Right.
Yeah,
right.
you can be dealing with somebody else because now my guard is up. Now I don't trust you.
Mhm.
Now you've disrespected someone's daughter, someone's friend, someone's sister, someone's mother. Like you wouldn't want that to be on your end with your mother, your sister. So you're just gonna get a whole nother um form of myself. And it's not gonna
Yeah.
be that.
Right.
Mm.
Have you ever felt disrespected in a relationship based upon a man's status or anything as far as who you are as a person, Skittles? Has that ever been an issue for you?
Um, I think a person when they didn't have that confidence, the respect factor kind of went hand in hand because they said they was confident, but then because they were not confident, they was disrespectful. So it's kind of like once you do that, yeah, I don't even know what we got at this point. Is kind of just let it go because the disrespect is so grand sometimes. How are you going to trust that person again to be vulnerable with them and when you're supposed to, that's supposed to be your person. That's
Right.
kind of difficult.
Right.
That's
Yeah,
supposed
I've
to
been
be
in
your
this
person.
situation.
And that, yes, that's supposed to be your person. And let me just say this, it's not just, it doesn't matter the status or the position that they have as an athlete, an attorney, a stay at home father. It doesn't matter. Um, just being man and woman and you disrespected either. That's the part that, so it doesn't really necessarily have to do with, you
Right.
know, his
Hmm.
title.
Right. And the reason why I preface it with guys of, well, as they say, high value these days, there's a lack of disrespect or a lack of respect for women because of the things that they've achieved, right? It's
Hmm.
almost like I've done this before you were here, right? So what is it? What are you bringing to the table, right? Yeah, y'all heard that one, right? Where so that they don't respect who you are and what you can bring to the table as being a woman, and understand that if you have 100,000, with women being multipliers, you can have 400,000, right? If you got 400,000, you can have 800,000, right? Women are multipliers. You have to respect them for being that if they want to be in your life, right?
Hmm.
So I understand that, but I also want to kind of dive into that one with this one right here because that's important. Respect. In order to have a healthy, happy, and successful relationship, both partners have to treat each other with respect. If a woman feels taken for granted, dispensable, or treated poorly by a man, she'll likely drop him in order to avoid a broken heart. Wow. When a person is made to feel disrespected or patronized, the relationship is likely to end sooner rather than later. Whoever that is, Degas White says, a woman will be more drawn to a man who shows her care and gives her the respect that she deserves.
Facts.
That's on point right there. Right.
Yep,
Facts.
Right.
absolutely. Well
Respect is
said.
definitely important. Yeah, absolutely.
Both ways. Yes.
Trustworthiness. A man is trustworthiness, right?
Mhm.
Why you breathe? What's the breathing over there for that? Jesus. Trustworthiness, right? Skittles, in your opinion, I want Dutch to gather her thoughts on this one because she almost blew the camera off the tripod or whatever she used because I seen that. But trustworthiness, how is that? What about trustworthy? You desire a man that is trustworthy. How important is that to
I
you?
mean, it's very important to be trustworthy because that means what you say you're doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm going here. You're going there. Right.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to do this.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to handle that. Great.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if it's okay, I'm going to work, but you at somebody else's house
Right.
and you get caught,
Right.
Come on now.
Right.
So as far as like your word is bond,
Right.
that falls in line with trust because you
Trustworthiness. Right.
say you're gonna do what you're supposed to do. Yeah,
Right. Right.
very important.
Speak on it, Duchess. How important is desire? How women desire men that are trustworthy? What do you think about that? Your
Of
thoughts?
course we do. Of course we do. We want that in men. And I side because it's not just being dependable or I, I, I take it deeper emotionally because trustworthiness is that ability that I have given you my phone number, I've given you my time, I've given, shared things with you. And for me, that's trust. So
Mm-hmm.
now we believe in each other. And then you come one day and say that this is maybe this is not working or something that they may say like well I didn't know we were supposed to be doing this. It just goes deeper than just the outside part of it because
Mm-hmm.
when you trust someone, I'm trusting you with my heart. So that's what my side was because that's important. When I trust you with my family and my friends, my circle,
Mm-hmm.
that's important to me. When I trust you with this, and especially this, that's deeper than because we can give, you know, time to go sit and have coffee. But when I
Right.
trust you with
Right.
Mm-hmm.
that's a lot.
That whole
So
package, that table.
yes, Skittles, yes. And
You gonna do?
that could break us down when you're not trustworthy. You know what I mean? Because it's like, why did I even spend my time with this person? Who
Right.
is this
Mm-hmm.
person? You feel like you were
Working.
dating a stranger.
Right. Right. And again, that falls in line with security.
It
Right. Part of
does, Mark.
security is having allowed is to be a man that is trustworthy. Right.
It is.
That's very important because again, it breaks that trustworthy thing breaks. It can break into so many different layers because the
Hmm.
moment that she feels that you're getting ready to go A, because you said you at B, a lot of times that breaks the confidence down of a lot of women. Like, why you got to lie?
Yeah.
So
Hmm.
why you got to lie to me? Like, what is it about me that you feel like? What are you trying to shelter me from? Right? What is this? What is that? Why is that? The whys are the things that I feel, in my opinion, the whys and the whats are one of the things that you don't want women to fall into in relationships, right? The
No.
constant, the constant questioning, right?
Yes.
Because
That that questioning can turn into excuse me for interrupting, but that
no, go ahead.
questioning can turn into um interrogation. And then now
Mm-hmm.
Right.
you feel like you on the spot, like, okay. And that's where accountability goes in because it's like having that person that's a scheduled person. Like Skittle said, she's a 7 to 7:30. So
Mm-hmm.
if she got children, she's gonna get up or at
Mm-hmm.
5 o'clock if she likes to have a routine.
Mm-hmm.
It falls into all of that when you got to be on point when it comes to that because that breaks down so much more.
Yeah. The
Right.
foundation, I think. If that
Yes.
trust is broken, then your whole foundation is gone. And then what you want? You don't have that emotional availability anymore because
Mm-hmm.
you
Right.
you stunted that. It's gone. You don't have
Mhm.
any vulnerability anymore because that's gone. You don't
Right.
have the integrity anymore because you lied.
'Cause you
Right.
lied.
Because you're right. Look, check this out. So when I pull this article up, and again, sometimes I read so many different things, but look, one of the things it says is, check this out. When a man is honest and trustworthy, he is instantly becomes more appealing and guess what? Desirable to a woman.
Mhm.
Right? If he's dependable, truthful, genuine, and speaks from the heart, he's a guy who is worth pursuing as people can take him at his word. Trust and trustworthiness allows relationships to deepen. Says, here's this dude again, Diggus White. Shout out Diggus White. After all, a woman needs to know that if a relationship is to last long term, she'll have to be able to rely on her man just as he should be able to rely on her.
Mhm.
Trustworthiness.
Go
Yes, the
ahead,
man's
Diggs
word is all
White.
he has. You gotta stand on that. You
You
taught
Yeah.
gotta
that.
stand on it. Yeah, you
Yes.
gotta stand on it. All right. Okay. Number 9. Boom. Growth.
Woo!
now this is not okay. So these
Mark,
next two, huh? What you said?
Mark growth.
No, we're not talking about that type of damn growth.
No, what type are you talking about?
I
What?
know I'm just being funny. I'm just being funny.
Oh,
Rewind.
I know. I'm just talking shit. But listen, I like to throw a little monkey wrench in there. But listen. The growth. Okay, so this is the one that was not in the article. These next two are some things that I thought. Right. It correct me if I'm wrong. Right. But growth. Right. And what I mean by growth is not being stagnant in life. Right. Women desire a man that likes to grow. Right. Whether
mhm.
it be
Yeah.
just in life in general. uh, I truly feel and believe, and tell me if I'm wrong, ladies, that when you see a man that is goal oriented and he reaches those goals,
Hmm.
I believe it's a turn on for a lot of women.
Absolutely.
Go ahead, Duchess. Go ahead. I want to hear you. Go ahead.
I said, oh, yes, it is. It
Right.
definitely is. Because you can meet him where he has the vision. You
Mm-hmm.
can meet him there and you can help him to achieve and get there. Because if he's sharing it with you, he most likely wants you to be a part of it.
Mm-hmm.
And what better way to see your man where he started at, and then you could say, "Babe, do you remember when you came and you just had it written down in your journal? You were saying this is what you wanted to do, and now look at you. You didn't open 3 gyms, or now look at you. You didn't have these 2 nonprofits, or now look at you. You got date night. You know what I mean? Like you,
Mhm.
that's big for
Mm-hmm.
for me to see the growth. You know what I mean? Growth
Mm-hmm.
in your things that you want to achieve. Growth in being able to say that I am compassionate now, growth in being able to open up and have discussions, growth in being able to show that vulnerable side, like Skittle said.
Mm-hmm.
You that's sexy to have somebody that does that. I mean, we who wants someone that moves into a home, it's the walls are painted blue, it's a 5 bedroom, it got a finished basement, but there's carpet, a Berber carpet all throughout it. Who wants to be there without having a man to be like, yes, we have this, but guess what, babe? I'm going to come in and tear this carpet down and get you some of these nice floors so we could tiptoe on the marble floors or what have you.
Right.
Like that growth, that's important in all kinds of ways. And when I was saying it to you, it's like how you said you didn't used to be that person that had,
Right.
the empathy. So it's growth. And when you look back and see, like, babe, remember when you used to do this? That's where
Mm-hmm.
that humor come in. And then look at y'all. You
Yes.
sitting on
Right.
top of the world. You might not be the top, but for you, my world, we there together, and you didn't grew. That's ooh,
Yeah.
goodness.
Right. So how?
Mhm.
Look, but hey, you spoke well. I don't know. Give everybody your cash out for that sermon you just gave.
Look,
No,
everything,
skip,
everything she said, yes, Duchess, all that took them words
skip.
out my mouth because we will forever be learning, right? Well,
Right,
forever be learning. If you don't want to learn something, then I think that's not cool. But since we'll forever be learning, you can never get it wrong because you always have time until you're not on the face of
Mhm.
this earth to try and learn, grow, like not just in maturity, but grow, level up on all areas,
in all areas, your mind, your
your
body, your
mind,
soul,
body. And then in
everything.
the decades of people, like your 20s, your 30s, your 40s, you got to
Hmm.
move different. We already know with the
Mhm.
activity, you better
Right, right.
move a little slower. So that growth in knowing that life is always moving and you should always be going after it.
And you know what though, this is a definitely a good one for this the thing where for women and men, but I'll just say for women, especially when men aren't reaching certain bars financially, right? This is the thing, fellas, is that going to allow her to lock in and really trust you. And when she says, okay, you may not be where you want to be financially, but guess what? Let me see what you're going to do. This is her mind, fellas. Let me see what you're going to do to get out of that situation, right? You making 40 now, you making 50 now, but guess what? That ain't really what I really want to rock with too much more. I mean, I'm glad you're taking care of yourself, but let me see if you can get yourself up here where I'm at. right? Even if you don't reach it, at some point she's gonna reach down and give you a hand if she trusts you. I truly believe that. But you got to have some sense of growth. Go ahead, Dutch. You got your hand up.
I put my hand out there for
Oh
him.
yeah,
My
I did
husband, he
good.
out there somewhere. Hey, there you go.
Okay, so this one right here, I put again. This is something I thought about. I didn't. This is just my own personal thoughts and twists. I say a belief system, right?
Ooh,
A belief system, right? I think women desire of men that have some type of belief system, right? Because if you don't believe in nothing, guess what? You're gonna fall for anything. You
ooh.
know what I mean? And so a belief system is definitely important, and not only from that perspective, but also a belief system and there's something greater than you, whatever you want to call it, right? Something's greater than you. Now, some women, which I understand, I'm not definitely not here to get on the pulpit for this one, but I truly said just like I said yesterday. Um, Having someone that has the same belief system as you as far as organized religion. Um, I understand that's important, ladies, but also remember, and I said this last night, what's more important, a man that believes what you believe when it comes to that, or a man that's going to treat you right? What's more important, right? Now, fellas, I understand women want you to have some type of moral compass or something that's going to guide you to help you push whatever agenda you guys have together, right? So you got to believe in something,
Why not
right,
believe in
outside of
me?
yourself, right? So Duchess, go ahead, tell me about that particular one, the beliefs of a belief system, something.
You took me with the belief system because I was like, wait, the belief system, and I immediately was thinking, well, if you're gonna believe in something, why not believe in me?
Right.
But
Yeah.
Right.
the belief system to me is a partnership where because I don't feel like two people can totally be like opposites on everything and be happy. Because to me, that seems like you would bump heads and then somebody's gonna feel like they being pushed up against the wall, and who wants to be
So let me ask you real quick. Sorry to interrupt, but let me ask you this. I hate when people say, "Sorry to interrupt," but I'm gonna interrupt your ass anyway. I hate people
Get
say
it.
that, now I do agree on everything. Like when you say, but we're gonna bump heads on everything. I definitely do. I think the most fundamental things, if we agree on the basic fundamentals such as let's treat each other with respect. We can agree to disagree. That's a good foundation, right? But I truly feel that opposite ideas when it comes to beliefs is great because sometimes it you can learn more, right? You can introduce me to something I never really thought about, right? I can introduce you to something I never thought about, right? So that's what makes opposites great because it challenges you, right? It helps you grow from a mental and a spiritual side, right? Now the basic things have to be there, right? Again, the basic stuff, the respect, the honor, the trustworthy, all that stuff got to be there, right? But I also truly believe that sometimes if I am practicing in A and then you say, "Hey, I found this over here. I know you've never heard this before." Sometimes it builds more to you
yeah,
and it gives you a more sense of, "Oh man, I never really thought about that. So I can grow in this area now, right? Based
Yeah.
upon this." Because I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'm gonna say this: there are a lot of, especially religious beliefs. The only thing I disagree with, and not a whole lot, and don't want to go into that path, but when it comes to religion, is that some teach that this is it and this is only it. But I'm sure it's something over there that I've never heard can probably be a benefit to me, right? But because we only have that box, you may not even see what it is, right? Because I believe certain practices do teach meditation on how to properly meditate. Some teach probably how to better take care of yourself through foods. Some are very disciplined in certain things that we do that some aren't, right? So I feel like sometimes that mix and match can be definitely a benefit to both. Go ahead, Duchess. I think you want to probably say something about that one.
yeah. I mean, religion is something that I try not to. I
Yeah.
don't want to go against my beliefs. So
Right.
I'm one of those women that not to call out any religions or anything like
Right.
that, but if I believe in one, that's the one that I'm standing on. That's the one
Right.
that I'm rocking with. Even if my parents may have grew up a different way, or I see that another religion is more structured in the way that women
Mm-hmm.
are to treat men. So I have to keep it old school and keep it
Mm-hmm.
to what I was raised on, and that's how I want my partner to be. Like I doubt that I can go against that.
But can you keep that, but also embody some of the things that he may want to embody, and still do the things? This list, did he get all this list right? Hold on, now here's the challenge. All these things are being checked 1 through 9, right?
I
So
do.
this is okay. All right, because I'm finna say now, because again, remember we just had this
Oh yeah.
conversation just last night.
Oh yeah.
Somebody
We go
that
to
may
church
have
on
the same
Saturdays.
thing. Oh my
Right.
God. So go ahead. How important is that to you, Skittles? As
So
far
I have
as
a question. If
go
this
ahead.
belief system, we're not just saying it's with religion or in regard to religion, right?
Nah,
It's
and
just
not nah. But I have to. We have to put it because most religions are based on a certain belief, and it is
right.
a system, right? Let's
Hmm.
okay.
So if I was to say a whole belief system, right?
Hmm.
Not religious wise, but it
Okay.
one is religion and one is not, right?
Right. Absolutely.
So you can have a spiritual belief, like
Hmm.
your integrity, your moral compass.
Right.
That's the belief system I would be more focused on than a religious one, right?
Right.
I
Okay.
don't even think, but at the same time,
Hmm.
you can't be no atheist and I'm rocking with you. Not saying, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm cool with I was raised in a household that was very religious, right?
Hmm.
I didn't get my ears pierced till I was 14. We couldn't cut
Okay.
our hair. At one point, I think we wore skirts for a while,
Hmm.
right? So, with that being said, if we just talking about a religious belief, I can't rock with nobody that believe that no more. You can't cut your hair. You can't pierce your ears.
Hmm.
We can't rock like that, you know. But the belief system to have that you do right, you'll get good.
Hmm.
I'm okay with that. I think, and it gives somebody something to stand on, uh,
Right. Right.
uh,
And So
something to
so
follow.
that's right. Absolutely. It gives you some, like women say. Well, it's important because it is a moral. They look at it from a moral compass standpoint, but there are other things that can help you be a moral person. But let me ask you, you said something. You said something I want to kind of touch. 1 through 9, Skittles. You got 1 through 9, and the atheist is giving you 1 through 9. Would you deal with an atheist?
Um,
I'm just
No.
asking.
oh,
Uh,
might kill me in my sleep and take my organs. I don't know.
right. I just, well, come on now. I
I guess
understand.
it
I
depends.
get
I
it.
don't know.
Uh, that's a good one.
Because one, since I'm tripolar, a few of us might be like, "Hey, let's go for this ride. Let's see how it
Hmm.
works. Give me 48 hours,
Hmm.
and we'll see."
Right. So I'm gonna throw you a lifeline. I can see why it may be difficult because, excuse me, if you don't acknowledge something higher than you, right, then you may become. It can be that you think you the end all be all, and nothing
Mm,
else around you matters, right?
okay.
You're the higher being at that point. Like what do you pull from? Possibly, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I'm just right now
Mhm.
we're just having a conversation, and like I
Right.
said, this platform is based on upon our own personal beliefs, information, and some of our thoughts and experiences. So we're definitely not saying oh, anybody got religion, all this stuff. Now I don't get into all that, but I do think that excuse me, I do think that a belief system of something women desire that you believe in something, right? All right. So real quick before we close out, I like to start off. Again, I like to kind of do a quick recap for the top 10. So number one, integrity, fellas. Women desire a woman. Excuse me. Women desire men that have integrity, right? That's what they desire, right? Confidence, right? Women desire a man that is very confident within themselves, right? That's very important. They desire those type of men. Compassion. They desire a man that's very compassionate that can actually get to a level so when they're having those moments, guess what? You can also have that compassion and empathy so you can address the needs of her at that point. 4, maturity. We got to be mature. Sometimes real life ish happens, and you have to be at a mature state that you will be able to handle it. Guess what? It builds security, emotional availability. Again, another security factor. A sense of humor definitely is important because relationships are hard. Everything is not that serious. Sometimes every now and then, slide a joke in, make her smile. It'll go a long way. Okay. Respect. Women like to be respected. Women like to be respected in the sense of saying, hey, these ideas, especially a lot of times, and this happens a lot, we both been married, right? And one of the things that I had to learn was, what was that? Well, that's for another reason, but I'll say this. Respect can also be seen in relationships and or marriages where a woman may have an idea to move the relationship forward and you don't pay attention to it, right? That's lack of respect to her, right? She has an idea, and because you're not taking in any of her ideas, she don't feel like she's respected, right? Okay.
Yes, that's true, Mark.
You're
And
not
even
seeing
add the
me.
part too, Mark, about respect, even when you're not with us. Like the way
Right.
that you walk, the way that you conduct yourself, your
Mm-hmm.
reflection. So that's still offering some type of respect. So that's
Respect.
that's that's like you said, it doesn't go in any order, but yeah, we all definitely know, men and women, we definitely want that
Right.
because
Right. And women love, desire man with respect. 8, trustworthiness. Trustworthiness. Women desire men that's very trustworthy. Ain't it? Hey, look, it's hard to be with anybody that you can't trust. That's man or woman. Growth. Women want to see you grow. Don't be in the same spot that you were in.
when she went to work.
We right, which is really where.
Stand on the
Damn, I
couch.
wasn't even talking about that level, but you hit one on the head. But you know what though, I'm gonna say this, and look, this is for everybody. Look, I'm gonna. I should charge for this information, but I'm gonna give it free because I like everybody out there.
Yes.
But okay, for me, right, I have this method that I've been using for the last 7 years, 8 years probably, and okay, so basically, here's what I do, right? And this is something you can kind of think about. So typically, okay, so let's say, for example, 2025, right? Anything that I want to achieve next year, I start the year before around October, right? If I don't know what it is, what I end up doing is putting it out in the universe. I know there's something for me to actually do next year. What is it? Right? What is it? And I leave it alone, right? Typically around the time where the year is actually getting ready to end, the idea is there. I'm already working in it, right? Before 2025 has even started. You see what I'm saying? And that has yielded great results for me. Each year, I have not done anything that I've done the year before, the year before that, the year before that, the year before that. I've probably added some things, or I've probably thrown away some things to get to the next level where I need to be next, right? So for me, growth is definitely important for my own peace of mind, right? Because I feel like if I'm doing the same thing I was doing the year before, guess what? I'm doing something wrong.
Right.
I'm doing something wrong. I got to have a different idea of a mindset. I got to have a different bank account. I got to have a different everything each year. So that's important. Women desire a man with growth. And last but not least, belief system. Something that they believe in. And because I truly feel that a lot of women feel, and correct me if I'm wrong, I'm not a woman, but I hear women say this so much. Believe in something greater than you, for whatever's greater than you can help guide you to help lead me.
Okay.
Believe in something greater than you. Because the moment you do that, then I'm going to emulate, because women are a reflection of us. I don't care what men say. Whatever we go left, she go left. We start going right, and you go left. Guess what? It's gonna all fall apart, right? So if you can show submission to something greater than you, and she see you do that, then guess what? She's gonna emulate and submit to you, which I hate that word, but I like cooperation better. But I'm gonna use submission for this particular class.
Mm,
I like cooperation better because I believe that we're on the same
yeah.
page, right? And we're co-opting a situation, so which is we're in cooperation with each other. That's my whole thing. But if man wants a woman to submit, if you submit to something, she's going to submit to you, right? She's going to follow you. That's what a leader is, right? And women want to be led. Now, with
Right.
those 10, any thoughts, any ideas, something I missed, something you want to add, starting with Skittles?
I think they all are really, really similar. They're all very on a big magnitude in their own right. But I think
Right.
like with the respect and the trust, with the emotional availability and the empathy, I think they're so close, but they all hold their own weight, and it's a pillar. And if one of them fall, then you have nothing. So I think they all tie hand in hand. They all are it's something that needs to be addressed and really thought through when you want to be in a relationship, because I do believe a relationship would hold all of those to make a relationship work. I do believe that.
Right. And
But
then
I don't
two.
know. Do you think some will be lacking and then you just kind of compromise?
Right. But this is a good for me or anything else you may want to add. Not right, at any point. This is a good blueprint because because the reason why I say that is because sometimes we look at, especially I'm gonna use men for in this particular case, right? A lot of these things that I've noticed on this list, we don't really consciously think about them, right? The biggest
Mm-mm.
thing we think about is securing her financially. That's it, right? The security comes in each one of these. Again, I'm gonna say that again. Security comes in each one of these. So, fellas, if you can be able to condense these things down in each area, each category that these ones that we've shown, learn how to the ones that you're lacking, learn how to improve and grow in. Then at that time, I think that you can definitely secure a woman to a state where hey man, the world is your oyster. You know what I mean? So Duchess, anything you want to add or think I missed or something that you want to comment on with this list?
I want to say, Mark, I think you did a great job with your research in coming up with this list because, like you just said, it's the blueprint. It's the part that some of those things that we forget because we are looking at those other things that are bigger, like you know, physical, financial. We're looking at that, so we tend to forget the things about integrity. Um, I would like to say so yeah, thank you for putting the list together. Um, approachability, because
These are so women desire man. Okay, great. Okay, go ahead. Speak on it. I want to hear this.
yeah, that you're to be approachable. We sometimes I know for me, I feel like you said go to Publix. I feel like sometimes women we're in places we're busy, Skittles is doing her thing, and men will see us, they're single, they're on the same road to wanting to find a partner, but they will look and be like, "Ooh, she got her scrubs on. She probably a nurse or a doctor. Mm-mm, she ain't gonna want to talk to me." Like, you know what I mean? You have to come out of that, and even if it's a simple hello, how you doing today, you don't have to that compliment that sometimes we're like, "Ooh, you sure look beautiful today." Like, oh my
Mm,
god, no,
that
don't do it,
yeah.
don't
Mm,
do
Right.
it. It's the way that you approach us. So we do desire a man that feels confident enough that he can just say, "Excuse me for a minute, I know you look a little busy, I just wanted to tell you hello." That's it.
Right.
Because from that simple hello, we will decide, oh, well, hello to you too. And it's the
Right.
way. And then
mhm.
that's an open door right there.
Yeah, change the whole
Right.
trajectory.
Right. But you know what? And it lines up with confidence.
Right.
You know
Yes.
why? Cause I'm gonna
Oh,
tell you
right.
something. Right, it lies with confidence. I mean, I'm glad you said. I'm glad you said that because just imagine, and you ladies can let me know. Like, do like because I go to like so many different events, and the women are one side and the men on the other.
Mhm.
Right, it could be a singles event, y'all. right?
I've never
Mhm.
been to one.
Oh man, I've seen them, right? Where it can be a speed dating event or a singles event, and the men be talking to the men and the women be talking to the women, right? Which I can never understand, right?
Ugh.
I'll say this: I am a tamed hyena. I was a hyena at one point, right?
I knew this was gonna come in handy.
Right. No, I'm just saying I was a hyena at a certain point. Now I'm a trained hyena, right? Because hyenas just go out and just get whatever they can, right? I am more of a trained hyena now in my life, right? So not everyone that I approach, but if I feel like I want to approach, I ain't afraid. You know what I'm saying? I'm just
Right.
not. You see what I'm saying? And because I think that my personality outweighs any way that I look. I'm just being honest, right? I feel like
That's
I have a lot to share, just being me. So with that, I just want to share it with you. In my
that's a
mind,
gift.
that's what I'm thinking.
That's a
What's that?
gift. That's a
Right.
gift.
Right. So I'll just say the approachability, yes. I think that that's very key. I think a lot of men think that women don't want to be approached, which is so weird to me. Right. I think it's an excuse sometimes, but that's what I hear. Y'all hear it too. She don't look approachable. She probably wants you to approach her. So, dang, Skittles, what are you doing? A seance? What you believe in today?
Bipolar.
Yeah,
The
you in the
seance.
dark? Yeah. But look, that's a good
Georgia
way to
Power.
that's a good way, right? That's a good way. Hey, go back there and crank that generator up in the back and get them lights back on. But look, so check this out. That's it. I appreciate your time and Skittles.
Okay.
I'm gonna throw Skittles, I'm gonna put you in the back real quick until you get your stuff together back there. But I definitely want to thank you. I definitely want to thank you for showing up. That's I know it's been a journey for you and all this social media stuff. For you to
Yes.
really get to a point to where you are now, that's growth, right? Because I
Yes.
think honestly, based upon your own personal experience, I really truly think that at some point, you can be a valuable tool for a lot of women, and we'll talk about that one day.
Oh, okay.
We'll talk about it
Well,
one day.
ladies, I hope that, we can all be that for each other. I love sisterhood. So,
Right,
yes, for
right.
sure. But thanks for having me.
Right, I'm gonna take her through the training course, y'all. We're
Oh,
gonna go through the
no.
training course. No, I'm just playing. I don't like dragging anybody in front, but this is a big step for her, and definitely appreciate her time. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put you in the back for a moment before we I'm gonna go ahead and end it out here. Okay. All right. All right. So look. So guess what? We just did the top 10. I appreciate everybody staying up. I know it's probably like everybody's bedtime. We old now. We don't go to the club anymore or do all those things we used to do. But other than that, I appreciate your time. This has been another great learning experience. Marq's top 10. If you miss it, I'm sorry. Go back. The replay will be replaying shortly on Facebook. You can also go on YouTube. Date Night Online on YouTube. Also coming up, just want to kind of put it out in the atmosphere because I thought about this today and I like to share it with those who have been sharing their time with me. I'm actually going to come up with we're going to actually do a ebook. I think some of the information that we've passed over the last year, I think it's time for us to do some type of manual ebook or something that's going to compile all the information that I've been doing over the year. I'm going to give you the history of how I got here. If you never knew that, it's definitely an interesting story. I'm going to share that. Also, we have and I say we because I do have help with this, and one day we'll reveal who that help is one day. But I'll definitely say that we are currently working on a dating app, a very interactive dating app. This is not going to be just your dating app. This dating app will also be able to filter the BS that most dating apps may offer. We're going to actually make it real secure and tight so we can have quality men and women on this particular app. We're kind of tweaking a few things that will be coming soon this year. So we got Date Night Online, and then next week I'm gonna bring the fellas back. We're gonna rock it out like we did last week. If you missed that, I don't know. Hey, I'm gonna chop it up. I'm gonna put it out there so that everybody's able to see the man talk. You can pull it up. Please, you got 1 week to catch up on what we talked about. I'm gonna put it out there. Share it with your friends. Ladies, let me say this. Don't be selfish. Don't get the information that you find is valuable and you don't pass it along. If you really care about your sisters, there are certain clips that I may put out or other things I may have been a part of. Put the information out. Share it. Don't be selfish. Because here's the thing. There is a universal law. And maybe things may not be working the way you you may be gathering information. You can actually be more of an impact on someone else and even on your life, because there's a universal law. If at any time that you receive information that helps growth, if you don't pass it along, you're going to stunt yourself, right? It's not for you. We're supposed to be each one, teach one. That means if I learned something, guess what? I'm going to pass it on to you, vice versa. The more you do that, the more you'll see the fruits of your labor grow even more. With that being said, we will see you next week. It's Tuesday. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Actually, tomorrow at 8:30, tune in. The gender war. We'll definitely discuss that with Smart Love tomorrow at 8:30. We'll definitely have the information for you. Other than that, good night and have a great tomorrow.